All right, I've got two layers, and what I want to do is basically make the lighthouse look like it's encased in ice. So I'm going to select my ice layer, put a mask on that, and I'm going to click on the mask, make sure it's selected. And I've got my paint bucket tool. I'm going to use that. Make sure your foreground color is black, and then you're going to click. And what that does is it totally hides your ice. If you look in your layers, the black went into the mask, and that means that it's 0% opacity or it's totally hidden. And then to start viewing the areas of ice, what we're going to do is we're going to take our brush and we're going to select a brush we like. And I tend to like this one. And I'm displaying a ton of brushes. And what I've done to get all of these brushes is I've displayed the menu, I've selected different libraries, and then I tell it to append them. And it just adds them to the bottom. So I have lots and lots. And when you do this, if you start with a brush you don't like, you can always change it. Okay, I happen to like this one, so I'm going to use it. And obviously with black we can't see anything, so we either need to paint in shades of gray or we need to paint in white. And so what I'm going to do is kind of change it to gray. And I'm going to make my brush bigger. And then I'm just going to kind of paint and bring through some of that ice. And I'm going a little bit on the lighthouse, and that is kind of what I want. Remember, when you do shades of gray, it's not 0% or 100%, it's somewhere in between depending on the shade that you've chosen. So I want to make this look a little icier. Now for the areas where I want more to show through, I'm going to get closer to white. You can paint over these over and over again. Okay, so if you think you have too much showing through, change it to gray, or you can even change it back to black. It's kind of a personal preference thing. How you want it to look. But I kind of like how it's looking now. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do to make the lighthouse look colder, I'm going to select that layer. And I'm going to do a vibrance adjustment, but I'm actually not going to adjust the vibrance. I'm going to decrease the saturation a little bit. I'm just taking a little color out of it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the ice layer. I'm going to add a vibrance adjustment, but I'm actually adjusting saturation. Okay, and at this point I'm happy with how it looks, and I would save my changes.